1970, we sure we did live for fruit. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did do the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. We work hard and we shine, commitment, dedication. Neurosurgery, comedy, music, Nollywood. SOTK, Dr. Call, MC Casino. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN. Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the UNIBEN Alumni Series. And on today's show, we have a woman with different progressive and exciting parts. She's a TV and radio host, a producer, a model, and a lawyer. She holds a Bachelor of Law degree from our Faculty of Law, University of Benin. She's Winfrey Agbelese. Thank you for having us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Let's start with modeling. Like I said earlier, you have so many exciting parts: modeling, TV, law, and all. But I want to start with modeling. Can you let us know what inspired you to transition from law to modeling? How did it come about? How did modeling come about? Because personally, I think modeling was the catalyst to your event hosting, producing TV. And that's for me. I might be wrong. That's what I sensed. But you can tell us how it started. How did you get into modeling?
All right. So basically, I'll say, how did I get into modeling? Modeling was something that just happened, but I say on the side while I did law regardless, right?
Okay.
So while I was in school, I often got called to I did go for auditions. I remember I was a part of a modeling agency back then at home in Abuja. So every time I was on holiday, I literally went home and literally got called for jobs and things like that. And interestingly, after during school as well, so when I'm back in school as well, people were like, "Oh, fine." I know then the whole buzz and craze of like makeup, professional makeup, and all this, so it was really on, and like a lot of people literally reached out. "Oh, okay, we'd like to use your face for this makeup thing that we're doing, or I'd like to make you up and take pictures and things like that." So basically, I'll say, yeah, that was actually where it started from. It's just something that I just did on the side because something I just found myself doing, basically like that, and that's for modeling. Yeah.
Okay, it was not something you really set yourself out there to do from the onset.
No, it's not something I plan. I didn't plan. If that's what you mean, I didn't
Yeah.
outrightly plan to do it. It's just something that just happened.
Okay. And you won the 2012 Miss University Nigeria pageant, if I'm correct. You went on to participate in 2016 Miss Nigeria, which you were among the top 10 contestants. And
Yes.
later on, you were Miss Tourism at the MBGN.
Yes.
Especially the MBGN, can you say that was the high point of your modeling career so far when you emerged as Miss Tourism?
The high point so far, I wouldn't necessarily say that was the high point, for me to be very honest. And the reason being that, after then, I'll say, yeah, it was a very defining moment because that literally led to a lot of other things. Like it literally caused, my career generally to just snowball into this amazing thing, right? So the hype, I would say, like a lot of things have happened like since then. Do you understand? Which definitely takes priority now. But then again, that was very key. That was the moment that literally made me step into an era that's, I mean, changed my life forever. I will say that point. So, yeah, because it was definitely during or after emerging as MBGN tourism in 2017. That was when I started officially to host like TV shows and things like that. But prior to that, I mean, I used to host events. I used to do a number of things here and there with regards to TV and all that. But then again, that was when I branched out fully into like TV, television, and the entertainment space and live television, basically. So yeah, it was a very pivotal moment to me.
Okay. And from there, you went on to feature on Kiss Daniel's Mama video. Yeah, I think.
So that
Following.
actually happened prior.
Oh, okay. Okay. Prior
Yeah.
to MBGN.
Yes. Did it happen? I can't even, to be honest, I can't remember. But I think yeah, that happened prior to it. Yes, that happened prior to MBJ. Because I remember then I was still in Abuja. I was still trying to figure things out here and there because after school, I did go to law school. I did graduate. I did serve in Abuja still. And I started working actually as a legal advisor at a tech company. So yes, I was actually fully based in Abuja before I eventually participated. So yeah, so that actually even happened in the space between before I actually went for MBJ competition.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, how did you react when you got the offer? How did you take it? Was it something you were looking forward to, or you just said, okay, let me give it a try?
To be very how did I react? It was actually very chill and very cool. As I said, it I mean, I was a part of a modeling industry, GI models, right there in Abuja, right? And then what happened was that just the same way they'll just send you to go for casting calls, like, do you understand? So I just got a message, oh, Winfrey, be at this address at the time and everything. And I was at home. I wasn't necessarily doing anything at that point. I think I was on the break and all of that. So I'm like, okay, fine. And I literally just went for the casting call and I literally got selected. And the funny thing is that I didn't even I wasn't told, so they do that a lot as well. So they don't necessarily. I wasn't necessarily told, oh, okay, this is what you're going to be cast for, or this is
Or
what you're just like, okay, fine, just be here at this time and everything, and then like, okay, and I go there, and I think out of everyone, I was the only one that showed up because it was kind of like short timed and all
mm,
of that. And then once, I mean, I literally got there, they're like, okay, fine, we'll go with her, and then I know I wasn't told that because I know they eventually were like, okay, fine, they'll get back to me and let them see this and see that. I know, yeah, many things. So, and then the next morning they're like, okay, take be at this location, my booker that is, be at this location at this time and everything. And then that was literally how it happened. So it wasn't even anything that was too tedious, something that happened like it happened so quickly. So yeah, I mean, of course, it was exciting eventually getting to find out,
mm.
oh yeah, this actually was gonna happen. And then yeah, so it was cool.
Okay, let's talk more about the TV and radio. You just highlighted how it started. How is it going for you so far? Being on TV, on radio every now and then,
Mm.
educating and enlightening people. How is it for you?
So for me, it's going amazing. To be honest, I can't even complain. God has been really faithful, being on TV for what, like over 7 years now. It's been a long journey, right? And it's been a lot of things and a lot of exciting opportunities and times. And I mean, as I said, from 2017, that's literally when the TV thing started fully. So it's honestly been like a very, very major deal for me. And it's going great. It's going great. I wake up every morning. I love what I do. I'm excited about it. Yeah, sometimes it's hard. Yeah,
Mhm.
some days are literally, I mean, harder than others. But then again, you just remember that, oh, once upon a time, I actually prayed to be here. Once upon a time, I actually wanted so badly to be here. You actually just remind yourself of the things that really matters. And then once you feel like you're aligned, you're literally at the place where you need to be, where you know you probably God wants you to be. And then you literally just find the things that just, I mean, keeps you going. And yeah, I mean, I work right now, I work with like amazing people that literally make you look forward to coming to work every single day. So yeah,
Mm. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, uh, I don't want to be carried away. You are still a lawyer.
I'll say,
Like,
look,
yeah, like I said, you're a woman of different exciting parts. As they say, what can you say is your first love in all of this?
my first love. Hey, like talking about modeling and TV. I'll
TV,
say modeling.
yeah.
I'll say modeling was my first love. And I'm not
Uh,
even talking about pageantry now. I'm talking about modeling, like
mhm.
photo shoots modeling, runway modeling. That's what I really, really, I think I really fell in love with that in that initial time. And I really wanted to do it so bad. I remember the first few years when I actually started, I would go for castings and they won't pick me and I'll be so sad.
Mm.
I literally would go home, I'll be so depressed, I'll be so sad, I'll be like, okay, fine, when, and everything. But then eventually, when I started getting calls, it literally just kept coming back to back to back. And that's, I think, literally is a pointer to how we shouldn't give up on our dreams if it's actually something you want. So I would say modeling, like taking pictures. Until today, I can literally take pictures for like an entire week straight and probably not be tired. So yeah, I would say modeling in its actual sense of like taking pictures, runway modeling. I mean, I feel like that is literally where my heart is because even right now, I also I host a whole like fashion show and things like that. And then even like few days ago, I literally was at a fashion show and I just sat down. I was just looking. So for me, it's even not just being a model in itself. It's literally the whole idea behind it, right? The
Yeah.
way fashion shows are curated, the fashion pieces, and all of that. So yeah, for me, I'll say my first love definitely modeling.
Modeling. Okay. Still talking about modeling, pageantry, and all of that. You are the founder for Pageant Girls.
Oh
What's
yeah.
yeah. What's that about? Can you give us some insights?
So for Pageant Girls is a brand curated for pageant girls by a pageant girl, right? And to honestly, the pageant girl in every woman. So it's not just a brand for like to be worn by pageant girls, right? So it's a lifestyle brand where we bring together a collaboration of things that girls love, right? From and then another thing when it comes to so we have easy wears, right? So but the idea behind easy wear because people would think okay for pageant girls she's taking glitz, she's taking glam, but for me I'm a person that has like two sides. I like to refer to myself as, I mean, a double-sided coin, right? Or I mean, a double-edged sword, the way the Bible puts it. And that's because I have my legal part, which is a serious, uptight Winfrey, and I have my entertainment part, which is literally Winfrey that just wants to enjoy life, right? And be a big girl. So for pageant girls as well, it's basically a brand that literally is looking at the other side. Because yeah, to be honest, pageant girls have the front side of the glitz and glam covered. But then again, once upon a time, pageant girls also want to be comfortable. They want to just relax and just be happy with who they are. Do you understand? So we have like sets like sweatshirts, big t-shirts, and just like because I also don't want to be cutting heels 247. You get I want to also have my nice comfy moments, cozy moments where I just kick back and just relaxing, right? So there's that. There's also like do tote bags. So just an easy bag you can carry around. We do water bottles because hydration is very key when it comes
Yeah.
to pageant girls. We do notepads. So anything you can literally think about that a pageant girl will use in her daily easy life, right? The life behind the scenes, not
Yeah.
like in front of the scenes, behind the scenes. So yeah, and of course, like even with that, like we have a lot of products that's still coming in and are still going to hit that market space. So yeah, that's what For Pageant Girls is about. It's literally a brand. It's literally a legacy. It's literally like identification, right? You're to be able your ability the ability to identify with a pageant girl to say okay, you know what, I see your struggles, I see you like it's like a sisterhood, right? Like literally just providing the luxury however very girl next door type vibe products
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
In all these, where do you place law, your degree, your Bachelor of Law? Where does law come in for all of this for you?
All of this,
Yeah.
as you can see, I'm wearing a white shirt and when it comes to law, I will say I love black and white. So even in my all everything I do now, black and white is still one of my favorite combos, right? However, people ask me these questions a lot. Like, okay, fine, you studied law for how many years? When are you gonna use it? How are you gonna use it? And I'm like, I use law every day. Because the truth is, with everything I do, with every contract I'm entering, every modeling contract, every TV contract, every single day, my daily life you have to read the contract. You need to understand it, right? And also on my show as well, Wake Up in Nigeria, that I host right now, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. daily, I also give that view most of the times, right? Because my opinion has to literally tell you, okay, fine, by the law, this is right, this is not right. So yeah, so everything's still nicely interweaves. Yeah, so despite the fact that I'm not literally advocating for the law, I'm not in the courts, I'm not in the chambers, I'm still literally in my daily life making sure that fine with all of that. And that's the reason why I actually love law. I mean, I love it. It's not my first love, but I mean, I still love it because I mean, no matter where you are in life or what you do, the law still applies. Do you understand? Being a human being and just living, you need to literally abide by the law. So like, then again, law will always be very, very significant and always be a significant part of my story. Also, the training I got from University of Benin as a law student, we all know that first, going to a federal school in Nigeria is not being. Now, going to University of Benin is not being. Going to University of Benin as a law student, it definitely was not a joke, right? So the discipline it gave me, the discipline, that reading, that rigorous syllabus of literally just having to put your head down, bury your head in those books, and like, make sure that fine, you're literally passing your exams, in spite and despite everything that's happening, dealing with the strikes and all of that. It literally is a part of me that I cannot get rid of. Why? Because life is not easy. It's not, I won't say it's not easy, simply put, right? And then you need to be tenacious to literally do what you do and do it well. And something I will actually say is the fact that even people I work with, they can attest to the fact that, see, when it comes to this work, when the work needs to be done, Winfrey is there to do the work, right? So that literally process of going through those years, having to work, having to be dedicated, whether or not you knew you were going to practice eventually, literally plays a very huge role in my life every single day. And law literally helps you read, helps you understand, helps you comprehend. I think more than anything, because the way I see things, even like simple things and statements that people say, the way I'm able to break it down, the way I'm able to analyze is totally on a different level. And most times when I think about it, I'm like, yo, the Holy Spirit, yes, but then again, the law and the training I got also plays a very key role.
Okay. Still on law, let's go back a bit. Why did you choose to study law, and why UNIBEN? What inspired that move for you to study law and at UNIBEN?
Why did I choose to study law? To be honest, I studied law because I think at that point it was the only professional course.
Okay, so it was the professional.
The only professional course in because I was in arts class in secondary school, and then like, yeah, okay. And then my dad was also like, oh, do you want to be a lawyer? Oh, I should study law. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll study it. And that was basically
okay. Why UNIBEN? Why did you choose UNIBEN?
Why did I choose UNIBEN? So I'm from Edo State, as you probably already know. And at that time, to be honest, I actually even studied. I wrote several other examinations to enter several schools. I remember the time I was entering school, we had like the advent of like a lot of private schools coming up. And both my sisters went to Babcock University, private schools, right? But one of my brothers was already in UNIBEN, I think law also saved me, because if I wasn't studying law, because then private universities didn't have law, right? The one that had, I think, Redeemers or so had law, but it wasn't even pure law. It was more like international law and diplomacy or something like that, right? So because of the fact that, I did want to study law for no exact reason, and then the fact that UNIBEN was also there because my brother was there, and the private schools didn't have, because if you leave my dad, he would have sent me straight to the private school. So yeah, I think that was actually one of the reasons. So luckily for me, I really wrote the exams and I passed on the very first writing, and I wrote procedure as well, and I did really well. And then I was giving law straight. So it's like, I mean, if I had this opportunity, why would I actually do something else? It was also an opportunity for me to connect with my roots as well, because I literally went back, and then spending that time at home was also very important for me, because despite the fact that my dad would have probably preferred I went to private school, him thinking of the fact that this girl will actually go home and she live in Edo, live in Benin, and have all that experience. So yeah, he was pro that. So yeah, that was fine.
Okay. Earlier on, you mentioned about your time in school, the 5 years. I would like you to say more about your 5 years at the Faculty of Law. How was the routine like? How was your everyday life like?
Faculty.
Hostel? Was it on campus, or you stayed, or you stayed off campus? How was it like generally?
For me, University of Benin was an adventure. An adventure I embraced with arms open wide. So as I said, so my brother studied medicine at the University of Benin. So at the time I was entering school, he was leaving,
Hmm.
right? But he was still around for his I think his practice or something like that that he do
That's-
at the hospital,
Yeah.
right? His housemanship, yes. So when I was writing, I of course came to Benin and I stayed with him. So for me, I honestly thought like the transition was going to be smooth. My brother is here now; he has been here, so he knows it and everything. However, that was not the case because this man was not about to allow me to form baby sister and just give me baby girl treatment. That's how I literally. The plan was for me to stay off campus. I was meant to stay in staff quarters, but last minute, he literally just told my dad that no, I need to be into the school. That it won't be good if I just resume and just stay off campus. I need to be.
You need to
That's how
start
I found
from
myself in
this.
hall two. That's how I found myself in hall two, man. And it was not funny. But to be honest, I think also because of the fact that I went to a boarding school, right?
Okay.
So I attended Air Force Comprehensive School in Ibadan. I went to a boarding school, and then my hostel, I was in a hostel, and then our hostel literally had like what? We had 10 bunks in one room, and rooms were adjoined. So imagine 10 bunks, 10 bunks. And of course, I'm talking about bunks, I'm talking about double deckers, right? So 20
Mm.
people. So I was used to living with like 40 people in the same
Yeah.
space. Do you
Okay.
understand? So I mean, going to hall two, I would say it was kind of similar, but at the same time, not so similar. Why? Because we had more space in school, but now hall two, I had how many roommates? I had like 10 roommates.
Designated for 8 persons or so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And because our squatters had
Yeah.
squatters. Do you understand? And all the bunks were jamming. It wasn't a joke, but I would say it was one experience I would not change. I would not have it any other way. Because yes, it did actually help me get more into the school because I was in school. If anything was happening, I was aware, I was plugged in and all of that. I enjoyed all those events we used to have now at Hall 2, car
Yeah.
park, and things
Yeah.
like that. So I was definitely there. So it was fun. It was actually fun. I also just decided not to just take certain things too seriously. I remember when I was eventually moving out of the hostels, I literally did not go with anything. Like nothing. I literally just went like this. I'm like, people should enjoy it, do you understand? Because they literally even parted all my property and all of that. So I think I just lived in a very like not holding too many things to heart, and just because you have to live with people. To live
Yeah.
with people with wisdom, do you understand? You can't be holding everything and be saying, oh, my this, my that. So I think it was just communal living for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was communal living for me, and it actually did make a lot of sense. So I had a lot of fun, I'll say.
Okay. Lastly, what can you say is the most significant attribute you took from the institution, you took from UNIBEN?
What can I say is the most significant attribute I took from UNIBEN? I will say that the most meaningful attribute from UNIBEN, as I said, I think when you literally school in a place like UNIBEN, right, it literally just helps you to would I say like connect with people, right? There's just that, because anywhere I go, even now, I'm hosting events, and then if I just mention the fact that, oh, I studied at UNIBEN, like you literally find people there, right? And then the energy you get from that is absolutely just amazing. So I'll say UNIBEN for me was a very, very grounding experience. It literally helped me connect with myself because those were really formative years of my life. So it helped me connect with myself. It helped me connect with people, helped me learn how to manage relationships. As I said, I was in hall 2. Do you understand? You had roommates, so you definitely needed to manage those relationships. You get and just balance things out, right? Because UNIBEN, you can literally get lost with all the activities, everything that's happening.
Yeah, you can get
But
carried away. Yeah.
at the end of the semester, it's you and your GPA. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
I think UNIBEN literally helped me connect and also helped me find balance, right?
Balance.
It made me find and understand the importance of like having a balanced life. Because even right now, sometimes we literally get so busy with work and then it's work. But once upon a time, I'll just, as at the point, you just have to relax and think of the fact that CEO, work is there, it's going to be there. But then again, you need to have a healthy life balance. So I would say UNIBEN, a major thing it helped me do was literally know how to balance, know how to have fun, right? Do all the amazing things you want to do. Travel to Lagos on the weekend, but then again, be back in lecture hall on Monday.
Money, yeah.
I mean, go clubbing on Friday and they have exams the next morning.
Yeah.
But then again, it literally, yeah. So I'll say that balance.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Winfrey. Thank you for joining us today. It has been wonderful speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I've been speaking with Winfrey Agbelese. She's a TV and radio host, a producer, model, and a lawyer. Continue to subscribe to our channel, bringing more exclusive interviews of UNIBEN alumni. Bye for now.
1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law.